What's up, Collectibles gang? Welcome to my channel, Joy's Collectibles, and today we're talking about OP13. We're going to talk about how broken this set is and just the greatness of One Piece itself and how far the TCG has come, because this is the third anniversary set since One Piece has come out, and they drop a set every 2 to 3 months, and it's crazy. And it's, for me, it's already surpassed Pokemon. Value-wise, playability, just overall simplicity of the game, and deck building. There's no easy way to say this. This is my favorite set. Like, out of all the sets in One Piece, by far, OP13 breaks all the rules. It's broken. We have 6 mangas, 10 SPs, 2 versions of the 5 Elder cards. You have 2 different versions of SCCs. The leaders are broken by themselves. But today we're not going to talk about leaders. We're going to talk about the mangas. We're going to talk about the 5 Elders. We're going to talk about the SCCs and the wanted posters and the SPs. The one thing One Piece does that I do not like, and we'll talk about it soon, later in the video. But right now, let's just talk about how broken this third anniversary set is, and is it better than the first 2? OP5 had 3 mangas. OP9 had 5 mangas with a gold Roger, gold background manga. Crazy. But OP13, red background, 3 red background mangas. It's crazy. And they're playable. I'm not saying people will play them, but they are playable. The set itself is just simply amazing. And we can go on and on about it. But one thing I will tell you to do is, if you're going to spend your money on this set, spend it wisely. Do not, when people say do not spend your money, spend your money. It's your money. You earned it. If you want to wait a month and a half, 2 months for the market to settle, to buy certain cards instead of trying to pull those cards or trade into those cards, understandable. But when I say this set will be broken and probably stay broken until they break it again with the 4th anniversary set, I don't know what to tell you, because I have a plan in place and I hope I can pull it off. My goal is to get 10 cases on release of OP13, and I'm hoping to do so. I've been ripping cases for the last 4 or 5 sets, and it's just amazing. You get to see the hit rates, you get to see the pulls, you get to see how many leaders, how many SPs, how many SRs you get. Playability for deck building is easier when you rip a whole case. Not saying everyone can do so. Sometimes I can't. But if you're able to do so, I say rip a set, rip a case, and get most of your hits in the beginning. That way, it's going to be easier for you as the weeks go on. Single boxes, go for it. It makes the pull rates harder and more surprising. But with the case, you get to sit there and enjoy a whole case of just ripping packs. And that is one of the most amazing feelings I've ever had. I'd rip One Piece just for the thrill. I do play One Piece now. It took me a couple of months of just playing casually before I start in local tournaments. But let's talk about these mangas. We have a regular version and a red version. Over in Japan right now, the red version is crushing it. Luffy is super expensive. Ace and Sabo, not that far behind. But this just makes One Piece so much more better and so much more worth more collecting when you have 2 versions of a manga that you have a chance at pulling. Hit rates for mangas have always been 3 to 5 cases. Hit rates for the SSR, the Luffy's, the Gold and Silver, 1 in 30 cases. So where does this red manga fall? We don't know. I've only seen one video where a red Luffy was pulled from a pack. One. So how does this translate over to America if Japan's packs are different than ours and the cases are different than ours? We'll find out. My plan is to rip 10 cases and learn potential hit rates and give our locals playability with playing cards for the set. That way they can start building their decks early, get into their meta game or their off meta decks, and give us opportunity to build the TCG even better. That's just me. Every set I rip a case or two, I give it back to my locals where I bought my case, so they have cards for all our players in one piece. And I love it. Like, I love having people that we can play the game with, and I hope that it continues that way. But these mangas are crazy. I hope to pull them all, but there's no guarantee, especially not in 10 cases. I hope I can pull one. And with the one, I hope it's Luffy. Just because Luffy is by far the staple of the set and the anime being the main character, but it's just pays homage to who he is. Carefree, always smiling. And the fact that he has his brothers in the manga as well, and all 3 cards are playable, super amazing. This is my first video. Cut me some slack. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, reach out, definitely. There will get to a point where we will do some giveaways if we get big enough, or we can get enough allocation to cards and stuff. We might give away booster boxes or potentially rip cases and let people pick their boxes, but that's in the future. But for now, let's keep talking about OP13 and how busted it is. So already it one-ups OP9 with 6 mangas versus 5. All playable in this set. Super dope. And we have 2 versions of the SCCs from this set that are based off the 3 brothers. Again, amazing. Super dope. You have a version of the SCC that gives off manga vibes. Then you have just a regular SCC version. But the question is going to be, which one will you get? Will you get 1 from a case or 2 from a case? Which SCC will you get? We'll have to see. Like I said, SCCs that look like the mangas and are playable in each leader's deck. Super amazing, super good artwork. I love how they did this. I'm happy. No complaints. I love the way this looks. And it only gets better. And it will continue to get better as the sets go on. You have the red manga, the regular manga, and then the SCC version. And then we have the SPs. The only thing I don't like about SPs in every set is sometimes you have playable SPs currently in that set. Like in this, we'll have the Ace playable, Sabo playable, but Luffy's purple. Not going to be playable in Red Green Luffy. Smoker can be played Red Green Luffy. Lilith can be played in Bonnie. Ben Beckman can be played in Sabo, Ace, or Shanks. But Luffy is purple. Can't play Luffy, purple Luffy in Red Green. That's my only downside to these SPs, but these are amazing. It gives some OP12 vibe by adding a character on top of it. Super dope. Close up. SCC, like I said, this gives off a manga vibe, which is really cool. And currently playable with Sabo. We cannot look past this. This card is playable. It's a great card. It's a blocker. Has an on-playability. 6 cost 7k. Dope. With Sabo's ability as a leader, this card is going to synergize with his deck. Amazing. Oh, wait, look. Another version of the same card. 2 versions of a card, 2 SECs. That is amazing. No set has 2 versions of a card except for OP09 with the SR Roger and the SEC Roger. Think about that. We saw glimpses of this with Roger, and then we have the SPs, the leader posters. Most wanted posters. I mean, again, playable, just like the SCCs, just like the leaders. It's only going to get better. We got 10 SPs in this set, 6 character cards, and 4 wanted posters. 4. The Sabo is just the beginning, but we got 4. We got Luffy, Ace, Sabo, and Roger. I feel like we should have got Roger in OP09, being that we got a Roger manga, but that's fine. I'm happy with this. This is still good because he's finally getting one, and we can finally complete the wanted posters from OP9 with the other 4 that we got from there, with 5 more. Will One Piece continue this? I don't know. I think they should, but I think they should do it with leaders of the set. Give the leaders of each set a wanted poster. That adds to the SP collection, and it just adds a little bit more pizzazz, I feel like, to each set and each leader. Like, each leader has an actual bounty in One Piece. Bonnie has a bounty. Zoro has a bounty. I would love to see a Sabo wanted poster card. That would be sick based on his actual wanted poster. Same thing with Chopper. So these cards are dope. One Piece, keep expanding this. Keep doing this. Give us more wanted posters. This is amazing. We know only the pirates have wanted posters, and people of want from the government has wanted posters. That's fine, but bring it more. Then the 5 elder cards. We're only going to share one version quickly. This is a short video, but there's 2 versions of this card, a regular and a red version. The red version can be only pulled in a demon pack in Japan. So what is that going to be for America? Are we getting demon packs? Are we getting god packs? We saw there's a god pack for leaders. We saw there's a god pack for the 5 elder cards. So are we going to get this in America? We don't know. So if we don't get a demon pack and a god pack, does that mean that we have now more cards to pull individually, which makes the hit rates even harder for every other card, including the red mangas? We won't know until that first case is ripped or that first demon pack in English is ripped to give us an idea of what is literally going on with the English version of this set. Thank you for joining my channel. Talk to you soon.